second, please.
Sure.
All right, you are live.
All right. Thanks so much, Amber. Well, welcome everyone and good evening. The hour of 7 o'clock having arrived on this 5th of October, a Tuesday of 2021. I will now call to order the meeting of the Common Council for the City of Racine. Our first order of business is the call to order, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone could please join me in standing if you're able and facing the east and reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Alder Tate, do we have any absences this evening?
Alder Horton has to be excused, and Alder Lemke, can't see if she's here. Maybe she's delayed.
Okay, great. The next order of business is the approval of the minutes from the September 21st, 2021 meeting. At this time, I would entertain a motion by Alder Coe to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alder Santiago. Thank you. Any discussion on the 21st of September minutes? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of the 21st of September 2021 minutes, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. The next item before us is the proclamation for mental health awareness. I had the pleasure of presenting this proclamation to the Racine NAMI organization at an event that they had at Monument Square yesterday. The theme of this year's Mental Health Awareness Week is end the stigma, and they did a great job bringing some attention and awareness around the importance of mental health in our community and encouraging people who have mental health issues to get treatment, and really reminding everyone how important that mental health is just as important as our physical health. So thank you to them for their advocacy, and we were very happy to declare it Mental Health Awareness Week here in the city of Racine. We will now move on to public comments. Assistant Clerk Pfeiffer, could you please read the procedure for public comments?
Of course. The public comment segment is an opportunity for citizens to speak directly to the Common Council. Speakers will limit their remarks to 3 minutes. There shall be no dialogue or interaction between the speaker and elected officials or staff. This time is not intended to be a debate or discussion. The Common Council shall not hear personal complaints or attacks against any city employee or elected official, or any matter related to an individual claim, citation, appeal, or lawsuit. Profane, disruptive, threatening, or conduct that otherwise impedes the safe, orderly, and effective conduct of the Common Council meeting is equally unacceptable during the public comment period as it is during all other portions of city meetings. When a group of people representing one viewpoint wishes to address the council, one person should be appointed the designated speaker for the group. Candidates for public office may not use this opportunity to campaign for office. Speakers during the public comment period shall follow all rules of the Common Council and rulings of the chair, including a decision to terminate the remarks if the speaker does not adhere to these rules. Public comment shall be limited to ideas or concerns regarding the city of Racine. There will be 3 speakers this evening.
Okay, let's proceed.
1 second, please. Our first speaker is Mercedes Dinzenletta, 609 7th Street, talking about Racine downtown.
Hello, good to see you again. I'm glad everybody is at least on Zoom. I still miss seeing everybody in person, and I hope that happens soon, because this is getting to be kind of draconian anxiousness in the community at large. I think it's gotten carried a little bit too far. I can't believe the amount of fear that people have. anyway, what it's doing to the businesses downtown and at large in the city is just tremendous. I mean, it's in our local, and we have to look at local because all of you represent the local, which then reflects everything that's going on throughout the country and maybe the world. But we have to look locally because we have to start doing it. We have to start showing more love and understanding and compassion and stop very much the fact of trying to make mandates when there shouldn't be any. Anyway, I have a couple things I want to address, and I have to get to it because I want to read it. It is from, oops, there we go. It's from Gert Vanden Bosch. He's the independent researcher that has been known about all kinds of things vaccine. He says, make love and no war. We've got to have a COVID response of health, healthcare, and treatment and love. He says, make love, not war. It's much better. In fact, he says, got to stop mandating vaccines because we have too many. We need more unvaccinated people. This is his quote, to protect the vaccinees, meaning all of those who have taken a vaccine need to be protected by those who are unvaccinated. It's imperative that we make love, baby boom to replenish reservoir. He's very much against childhood vaccination on this vaccine. And so no war, stop mass vaccination. It's his quote. And if you haven't heard of him, you better look him up because he's one of the people who says it's going to be too bad because of the fact that we're going to undo what has been done to help, because you need some people who will not be vaccinated to help protect, because the more variants that'll be bad if it's triggered. So anyway, make love, stop the wars on everybody else. Start loving everybody who's done things for the city. Thank
Our next,
Amber, our next speaker.
yep, our next speaker is Kara Pratt, 1802 Park Ave, speaking on racial equity ordinance.
Thank you. It's good to see everyone from this side. Mayor Mason, esteemed alders of the Racine Common Council, I would like to speak in strong support of the equity ordinance, and in particular, the creation of an equity officer. I thank Alder Mi'kmaq and co-sponsors for taking leadership on this crucial policy change. As a city that has over several years expressed a commitment to racial equity, are we doing enough? Considering the demographics of our city and its aging infrastructure, are we prioritizing racial and environmental justice in all of our decision-making? One of the most pressing environmental justice concerns in our city is the presence of lead pipes in our water system. I'm confident that the water utility is doing everything in its power to responsibly address this issue, but it seems the city doesn't always share the utility's urgency. Please consider promptly hiring a permanent water utility general manager, a position that has not been permanently filled for 10 months. Please also consider moving forward with an ordinance that would give guidance and structure to the lead pipe replacement program and protect our neighbors' health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kara, and thank you for your service to the city. Amber, our next speaker.
Our final speaker is Mary McIvan, 1022 Villa Street, talking on chronic nuisance properties.
Hello. Thank
Mary,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Mason and members of the council. It's good to see you all. I would like to say that we cannot afford to have any neighborhoods in the city be people feel like they need to leave. It simply costs us too much. Some people seeking a stable and safe neighborhood will not stay where the following problems are not addressed. Board ups, 3 on my block alone. Vacant lots, I have a couple of those on my block as well. chronic nuisance properties where crowds gather, they block traffic in the streets, they obstruct sidewalks, they make noise, loud music from visiting cars. We had to call on this very thing just before the meeting. Fights, there was a fight starting just before the meeting as well. Drug dealing and gunshots. Last week, there was a house and there were 2 cars hit by gunshots fired on my block. When neighbors move away, they take with them their talent, their assets, and the neighborliness and leave a vacuum harder to fill with something good the longer the nuisances continue unabated. Probate ties up vacant lots and boarded up buildings for years, representing lost tax revenue, costly for any city. Deadbeat property owners cost all of us millions of dollars in unpaid back taxes, which some owners have no intention of ever paying. This is too expensive. Certain addresses in my area have been nuisances for decades under different owners and a succession of tenants, but still the very same addresses. Hundreds, if not thousands, of police calls about a handful of chronic nuisance properties are dealt with as they come in, as they should be. But why isn't more action taken to reduce the need for such a high level of attention and such a large use of limited police resources? There are also intangible costs. We have heard of adverse childhood experiences, including violence, which negatively impact child development. Who is to say that these negative impacts are limited to children? It is a cost we who live here all bear. Another intangible cost is our image outside of this area. People listening to my visitor of last week, who is a world traveler, will learn that Racine, Wisconsin was the first place in his life he heard gunshots where he was about to sleep. So things are broken here, costing us hugely, and the city needs to fix it. I would like to close on a positive note. I am impressed with the city staff I have worked with, and there are many good things happening in my neighborhood. Over the years, we've persuaded others to relocate here from out of state. It would be nice to have more to work with. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments. Amber, does that conclude our public comments for the evening?
That does.
Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the committee reports. The first committee before us is the Finance and Personnel Committee. Alder Taft, would you please read the first item?
Yeah, sorry, just had to unmute myself here. Okay, so we are wanting to go into closed session for this first item. So the first item is 780-21, communication sponsored by Mayor Mason, seeking approval to enter into a planning option agreement with FSDG LLC regarding a redevelopment site. Recommendation of the Finance and Personnel Committee on September 27th is that the request to enter into a planning option agreement with this entity regarding the redevelopment site be approved, and the mayor and the city clerk be authorized and directed to execute the agreement and such related documents necessary to carry the agreement into effect on the city's behalf. There is no fiscal note at this time that is applicable, and so I would make a motion to go into closed session. So should I read the little closed session blurb before I do that?
If you please would.
Okay. It is intended that the Finance and Personnel Committee will convene in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.851E to address matters that, for competitive bargaining reasons, require a closed session, specifically a planning option agreement with FSDG LLC regarding a redevelopment site. Move to enter closed session.
Second.
There's a motion to go into closed session. A second, I believe Alder Pete got there first. A second by Alder Pete. When the clerk calls your name on going into closed session, please vote as you wish.
Alder Santiago,
Aye.
Alder Caprillion,
Aye.
Alder Peterson,
Aye.
Alder West,
Aye.
Alder McCarthy, Alder Pete,
Aye.
Alder Rouse,
Aye.
Alder Perez,
Aye.
Alder Taft,
Aye.
Alder Mi'kmaq,
Aye.
Alder Lemke, Alder Coe,
Aye.
Alder Jones,
Aye.
Alder Tate II,
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 noes.
Okay, we are in closed session. If I could ask IT to